I wonder with Igor Tudor coming in, and he's got a reputation for being a bit of a firefighter. He got Juventus into the Champions League on a short-term interim basis, of which he was tasked to do. He's been given, I think it's like seven. I think it's something like I read the other day that he's been given almost 7 short-term appointments, and his targets have been whatever, get to European spots, get to this position or whatever. 6 of them have been accomplished by Igor Tudor. I've no idea if this is obviously Tottenham fans. If you are watching, let us know in the comment section below. Juventus fans, if you are watching, let us know in the comment section below. But yeah, so he is that firefighter manager. But I tell you what, Ben, what I would say, and obviously we can back this to Matt, I give them more of a chance in the North London derby with Igor Tudor, with his reputation of this interim manager, than I would do Thomas Frank going into a North London derby.
Okay, I accept both of those things can still be true, though. That Tudor might have more of a chance in the derby. But I guess the thing, Matt, I think I'm saying about Tudor is if the fans, the players weren't putting it out there for Frank, and maybe they're a little bit, sensitive flowers. How are they going to react to this guy getting up in their grills from training session number 1?
So just to add to that, Matt, as well, they've got 12 injuries. 12 to primarily first-team players.
Yeah, they have been missing a lot of players, and they did last season as well, of course. But I mean, same as Ben, I'm a massive fan of Thomas Frank, but it definitely was time to go, given as well the home record in this season in particular. They've been trending downwards. I think there's a lot to be said about this is now a long-term Spurs problem. This isn't just a Thomas Frank problem, because they finished 17th last year. I know we could say, well, they prioritised the Europa League, but there's prioritising the Europa League, and then there's finishing 17th at the same time, which is unforgivable from a top 6 club standards. So Igor Tudor comes in. He's probably going to bring a more aggressive style, which I think is good, because I think Spurs are soft. They're too nice, except for Romero when he goes all WWE. So I think...
Matt Spees had a coffee this morning. Come on, keep going, Matt.
I think it can only be a good thing. I suppose I'd actually maybe counter your point, Connor, that I'd actually give Thomas Frank a little bit of a chance as the Tottenham manager for the Arsenal game, because I actually thought Spurs were better against the better teams. I don't think they'd have won. I still think they'd have lost. Yeah. And I still think they will lose with Igor Tudor. But against Manchester City, we saw a decent performance away and at home with Thomas Frank. Now, Spurs always seem to do well against Manchester City, but he needs to get into them. Are we accepting that Spurs are in a relegation battle?
No, I'm still not there. I think they've got.
Guess I'll add on to the question. What will it take for you to believe that, Connor?
I'm expecting them to lose this weekend, so I think that's a given. So positionally, I can't really see them, being out of it. I just think it's interesting with Spurs because I think they've got a lot of the bottom basement teams to play in and around them, and I think a few of those are at home. I just think as well, their injuries are going to come back around a little bit when it comes to like Pedro Porro, Destiny Udogie. They're going to come back around toward, the last 5-6 games of the season. And I just think they're going to have enough to get over the line just with that quality. I mean, look, let's be honest. If they had, half of those players back and firing, I can't imagine maybe Thomas Frank could have even been sacked because, by the law of averages, they'd have probably got a point maybe where they shouldn't have and a win where they, shouldn't have because they've got more quality on the pitch. So I struggle to see it. Look, if they go through the next 4 and they don't pick up a win, then they're in a relegation battle. I think there's another club outside who are definitely in it, who Opta have said apparently have got a 1% chance of going down, which I find mental, which we can come on to in a little bit. But weirdly, they are 2 points in front of Spurs, but I think they're more in it than what Spurs are.
What did Opta give Tottenham then?
Tottenham were given a 3% chance of going down.
Right.
And who were the 3 that the Boffins thought?
The original, this is kind of what annoys me about Opta sometimes, because it's just the 3.
Which comes out with what the table says.
Yeah, it literally was like 15th downwards. It was what the table was, and it's like, right, okay, fine.